Hello everyone and welcome to Health and Harmony. Oh my goodness.
Holistic Health and Harmony.
Holistic Health and Harmony. I'm not going to restart this one, okay? Welcome everyone to Holistic Health and Harmony. And our discussion this week is going to be on crystals. Now, it's only a beginner's guide on crystals, but we're going to give you an idea of what crystals are, some of the energetic properties, some of our favourite crystals, and we've got some different shapes and sizes to show you so that you can, you know, identify with them.
Yeah, most certainly. And I love working with crystals. Anyone that knows me, I do have my little set of crystals that come with me everywhere. I do retire them after maybe 10 years or more. Yeah, without my crystals, I would have to say energetically, doing the work that I do as a medium would be extremely hard without them. So I would say to anybody, if you don't understand crystals, great topic today, because we're really going to just enlighten you a little bit. There's a lot of different forms of crystals. My God, this could be a year-long topic. So, but we will do our best to cover what's most significant, or what we feel that we can share in the time that we've got with you.
Most definitely. Now, one of the things that people will often ask is, how do I pick a crystal? Well, actually, you don't. That's right. A crystal will pick you. So, you know, quite often you'll be drawn to a particular crystal because of the color, or maybe because of the properties within it, or energetic layers. Some people say that their crystals talk to them.
Mine do too, but they didn't want to talk to me earlier.
No, not today. But what you will find also is that sometimes when you purchase crystals, or a crystal is given to you, it is with you for a certain period of time. As Raylene says that, you know, some of us will retire after 10 years, or, you know, some people may find that you get given a crystal, you really love it, and then all of a sudden it's broken, and you go, oh my God, why is it broken? Like well, because it's done its job, okay, and sometimes it means that you don't need that energy anymore.
It's like an old car. Once it's done its job, the motor blows up, you can't do anything more. Well, you could. But
you could replace it, okay, but it just means that you'll be replacing with new energy, okay? You're giving it a new delivery. Now, the other thing that is quite a big topic is on cleaning your crystals as well.
Definitely.
That's right.
Cleansing your crystals. I've got a few little techniques that I love to use. And just for an example, well, actually, I've got my blue lace. No, my blue lace. I just grabbed my blue lace. Sorry, guys. But I've got my lapis lazuli here. Now, whenever I use, whenever I do work, I always have a bit of blue lace agate. Blue lace agate. Put in my hand.
Hey, the crystal wants to be talking.
So I'm going to hold my blue lace agate now.
Which actually is really good for the throat chakra.
It wasn't working a moment ago, but I was trying to, because these two pieces that I work with quite a lot. But just for an example, I'll see if I can take it off without pulling my hair out and everything. When we're talking about cleansing quickly, I'd like to just try to get this off, but
just let me give you. Oh.
Okay, so just for an example with cleansing, because we're just quickly going over it. I have a very strong technique that I've used for many years, and I've taught this in my classes as well. And with jewelry in particular, because you can't always just, you know, it depends on what type of cluster it is or what type of piece it is. I do what we do call the breathing technique, which is like you breathe on it, and then swoop your hand down like that. Sorry, guys, swoop your hand down, and then dust off the excess energy. Wonderful technique to use when you haven't got a piece of, or haven't got any lavender oil or something like that. Just with jewelry in particular. So, have you done jewelry? How do you cleanse jewelry, Carolyn?
Well, with all my crystals, or even with my crystal jewelry, what I tend to do is use sunlight and moonlight.
Yeah,
okay,
so you
because
do it
I do it a little bit different because it works for me, and not only that, I'm lazy. Okay, honest to goodness, I am lazy, so it's easier just to let the earth kind of take care of things.
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago that smoky quartz, put it back to the ground. Yeah. So, you know, it's usually pretty good for when you're going through lower energy times, feeling a little bit negative, you know, things like that. It's really good for helping to cleanse that. And then what you do is you dig a little hole and put it back into the earth. Okay, let it cleanse.
But make sure you put something like, don't be like me, I lost a lot of crystals one day because I buried them in the backyard and I forgot where I actually put them. So I found maybe 1 or 2 out of about 30 crystals. So yeah, be careful when you do bury them in the earth. You know, put a marker or put something there so you know that's where you can go and retrieve your crystal. On that note too, I just want to mention, and I totally just as soon as I said that.
Okay, some crystals are porous, so keep them away from water. Okay, a lot of people will say, you know, give them a little bit of a wash, you know, do this, do that. You must be very careful, because if it isn't a polished stone, for instance, this is just a polished piece of rutilated crystal, okay, rutilated quartz, but if it's, for instance, something that's a little bit more porous, okay, then you need to be very, very careful that if you add it with water or even with, you know, a salt bath or something similar, okay.
It's like selenite. Selenite's
yeah.
a bit like that. It's a very fragile type
and it's very
crystal.
porous. That's
very porous,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Sorry. Thank you for being patient. But when choosing a crystal, really importantly, because when you're going into, let's say, a crystal shop or a place where there's a whole lot of wonderful crystals, keep in your mind a lot of other people have gone in there too. So what I would suggest is, one, maybe asking the people behind the counter, have they got a tissue? So when you pick up a piece, you might be able to just quickly wipe it and clear any energy that's on it first. So therefore, if you're going to look at purchasing a piece, you then know that you've kind of like cleared that energy that somebody else might have picked up. Because, I mean, all crystals have their own little way. So cleansing it before you actually even, you know, hold it, with a tissue or something like that, it's really great. Just takes that excess energy off it.
Okay, so there are crystals is obviously is a chemical and an organic makeup. So some crystals are toxic. So always remember that if you are purchasing a crystal, always go through a reputable purchaser, okay, or, you know, a retailer. Learn a little bit more about the properties of the crystal too, because, you know, sometimes, you know, the area that it's grown from, or, you know, or mined from, could have a very strong significance as to why you're drawn to the crystal as well.
That's right.
There is a lot more depth to it than just a crystal.
It's not just a crystal.
That's exactly right.
I love that stone. Look at that's not a stone. It's a crystal.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. Now, just some little fun things that crystals are. All right, so for instance, citrine, which is yellow. This one's actually yellow calcite, but just to give you an idea of yellow, all right. This one's a sphere, but all right. So yellow is very good for study. It's very good for abundance. Okay, citrine. Citrine. They say if you were to put that in your wealth corner, which is the furthest left-hand corner of your home when you first walk in the front door. Okay, that's your abundance corner. If you were to put citrine in there, that you would actually get money. Now the other thing is also putting it in your.
Is that what we've been doing wrong?
Yeah. We should learn to follow our own advice. The other thing is to put citrine in your purse, a little piece of citrine, okay? So it's really good. Apparently it's good for abundance, so good for, for the mind, good energy, for finances.
It's very calming type. I find citrine a very calming type of energy. And it's funny, if you're not a person that's used to connecting energetically with crystals, you won't know what I'm saying, but if you are a person that is more of a feeler, with certain crystals there are certain types of energy that emanate from them, whether it's if it's just the makeup of that particular crystal, or like you say, the location of where it's been mined or found. Sure.
Okay, now a lot of people, very big beginners, they'll always start with a piece of amethyst. Did you know that amethyst is, several colours of purple, but there is a light amethyst and there is a dark amethyst. The light amethyst is the feminine energy amethyst, and the darker of the amethyst is a masculine energy. Okay, so often you'll see them in a cluster because that's how amethyst comes, or in a point. I don't actually have a piece here.
I'll go get a piece. Just bear with me. Keep talking.
Okay then. So with
nice piece.
Okay then. All right then.
It's male though.
Oh, okay then. All right. So with the amethyst, what you'll tend to find for those that are looking for a beginner's protection stone, amethyst is really great. It's also a relaxer. So always remember that just like lavender is good for calming, and it's very good for helping with a restful night's sleep and things like that, so does amethyst. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
It's a really
Okay,
beautiful
so
cluster.
here we go. This one here is a cluster of amethyst, and actually it's a feminine amethyst.
Yeah, I noticed. I thought it was darker, but she's a female.
Yeah, she's definitely female because she's a beautiful purple. Okay, very, very light. And as you can see, it's got a nice little rock bed on it.
And it looks like an Australia shape. Let's hold that up. It looks a little bit like the
A
Australia.
little bit, yeah.
shape. A little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Radio.
So now I can sit on it and it will keep me relaxed. Is that right?
Will you sit on that? You won't be too relaxed.
No, I need to say
yeah,
when I have to
a lot of times under healing beds, you'll see a big chunk of amethyst or a big cluster sitting underneath there. But it's very, very good for calming, very good for connecting, very good for protection.
Yeah, true, true. And what's one of your favourites? I mean, I love rose quartz. I love clear quartz.
Apophyllite.
Apophyllite. Oh.
I'm an apophyllite girl, and I actually didn't bring my little piece of apophyllite, but I call it the truth serum.
Yeah.
Because every time I put it in my hand, bam.
Bam.
But yeah, look.
What's it look like?
It's a little. It looks like a little triangle, but it grows naturally. No, that's not apophyllite.
Oh, I'm just checking.
Yeah, no, I had no apophyllite. That's not apophyllite.
What's on
Okay.
that? What's on this one?
Okay, this is a pendulum, and it's just got your a shape of a crystal. For the goodness of me, I cannot remember what it's called now. I've just had a mental blank. Well, it's just clear quartz, but it's the shape. It's when they cut them, okay?
It's pretty big,
yeah, it is, and it's got its own little sphere on it. So this is one of the pendulums that I use, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll drive me crazy now, I know.
Yeah, I know. But, and this one's my little bit of a smoky quartz.
Mm-hmm.
This is lovely. This is a piece that it looks very just like clear quartz, but it's actually.
And you can see the little points on it. So this is a point. This is a crystal point. But for each of the little natural grown layers that are there, so whether it's got so many flat faces or whatever, depends on whether it's a it becomes a generator, whether it's a cathedral, whether it's just a point itself. They have different healing properties depending on the growth.
Yeah, and here's one of my favourites, Carolyn. I've got my big cluster of
rose quartz. Yeah,
and rose quartz is beautiful.
And that's an unpolished rose quartz. So what you will tend to find is that's a little bit chunkier. Can you see that,
I like
guys?
chunky.
Yeah, chunky's good.
Do you want me to get my other big piece? No, I can't carry it.
Oh, can't you?
No,
it's
it's
probably
a big piece.
bigger than you.
Yeah, no, it's about this. Oh, it's about that big. No, it's a big cluster. It's a natural chunk too. But I love rose quartz because the energy that actually comes off the rose quartz is a very gentle and very loving, supportive type of energy. I attune all my crystals, just for people who are watching. I do actually attune my crystals to work in particular ways. They have their own properties. So, for instance, with the rose quartz, I will enhance the love and the energy that comes from that by attuning it. So,
Merca. Merca? I know it's a shape. Okay, I'll remember it in a second. Can I just pick up your cluster for a sec? Okay, so here we've got a clear quartz cluster. Well, actually, it's not as clear. It's got a really beautiful milky. Well, it's a cluster anyway. A real milky thing. Well, can I tell you now? Did you know that using a clear quartz cluster in an area that you're using your computer or a high static area will help filter that down, okay, so it doesn't go into your own body and your own energy, okay, so it helps with filtering. I learned that when I was doing a radio show. As you know, they're all soundproof boothing, and you're kind of sitting in there. All you've got is just a lot of electric and a lot of current going. And when you're, using your clairvoyance or mediumship, or your, psychic energy and so forth, you've got quite a lot going on. And I used to take in a clear quartz cluster and just sit it in front of me so that I could filter and, focus on where I needed to be.
You know what I found when I was doing radio? I had a lot of problems energetically with the microphones. Like it was really weird at one point. At one of the stations I was at, people could hear me, but you couldn't hear me in the studio. It was really bizarre. So, but yeah, working with crystals, especially when you're around a lot of electromagnetic fields, is really, really good. Yeah. I thought I had a lady. Did you see me do that?
Yeah. The other thing now, crystals, obviously the colour resonates to a chakra or
Certainly.
energy of the body, okay? So, for instance, all clear crystals,
Like this
okay,
one,
or
we could
whites,
place
okay, yep.
above, but don't
You
drop it
on
your
your
head.
crown chakra, exactly. So things like clear quartz, selenite, even working with snow quartz, which is more of a white, okay. All of those, they're really great for your crown chakra.
So if you're laying on the bed and want to do a little bit of healing on your chakra, and I wouldn't suggest laying on your bed, maybe, sorry, Karen, but maybe laying the crystal down.
And just placing them on the little parts of the body. Now, for in and around the third eye, which sits in and around between the eyebrows here, it's usually an indigo, but a lot of the times you will tend to find people will use actual amethyst, okay, to place in on the third eye. And so we go for purple, certain shades of blues, you know, labradorite and things like that are really, really good for those. So, you know, you're attracted to different shades of purple. Now, for when you get to the throat chakra, okay, obviously lapis lazuli, okay, blue lace agate. You've got heaps of different blues, even blue quartz. Okay.
That's a pretty one.
Yeah.
It's prettier on the camera
and
than
sometimes,
it does in your hand.
it can be clusters demorite. Okay, yep. All right, is known as blue quartz as well. So, you know, blue, anything that's blue goes really great for the throat chakra, so it helps with your creativity, expression, all of these types of things. Now, obviously, for the heart chakra, rose quartz, so anything that's pink, and the other ones are green, such as malachite and amazonite and jade. All of them are really fabulous for in and around the heart chakra, so they help with the emotional centering, you know, in connection with relationships and love and so forth. Okay, and then we get down into our solar plexus. Anything yellow. So honey calcite, okay, citrine, yellow calcites. Anything that's yellow will go in really good with the solar plexus, okay. And then we get down to our creative chakra, which is our. We've both had a little blank, okay, sacral. Which is orange, okay. So stones such as carnelian, okay,
that's
will work
actually
really
one
good.
of the best for that particular area that I found.
Yeah, most definitely. Really well. And then you get down to the base chakra, which is just above the pubis bone, okay, and that is usually red. So you will go through a red jasper, okay. But a lot of the times I've used hematite, okay, because it's that really nice spark. Not sparkly, sorry, it's metallic. It looks metallic and heavy, and it's hematite. Some people will use smoky quartz, okay, and you know things like obsidian and so forth. So they're more for the grounding.
Well, yeah, the lower the chakra, the more connecting to grounding that you've got. So even tiger's eye is pretty good for that as well. Good, tiger's eye. Any strong crystal like onyx, like malachite, like you were saying. Any really, and even, you know, I've found when I've been in places, Carol, and I haven't had any crystals around me, and I've been doing a lot of work as a medium psychic, you know, I will sit there and I'll go, oh, I need to ground. Then all of a sudden I'll just be drawn to, you know, outside, and I'll walk outside and find a big heavy rock. So I've even used rock as in its normal natural form to help me to ground. So any crystal that's got strong properties in it, definitely, that aren't as, let's say, clear as well. Sometimes the clearer I find vibrate to the higher vibrations. And something like here, what's this one called again? Sorry, I didn't mind.
Oh, that's just a fancy jasper.
That's a fancy jasper, yeah. But can you see, like, the jasper solid, the clear quartz, and so if you can imagine, I would use this for the higher, working with the higher chakras, and this to work with the lower chakras. So it's finding, and you know, you might not have half the crystals we're speaking about. You might have a little selection of your own. And I would definitely say to you, you know, even holding the crystal and placing it on the chakras, you might find a particular crystal that we haven't mentioned is great for the third eye. But you just play with it.
Yeah,
you know,
work
just
with
really
it.
Get to feel where the crystal feels more at home. If it's got a lovely, warm, tingling, peaceful peaceful sensation, the chances are that crystal is really aligning with that chakra. And I'm looking in the wrong camera again. I always do that. I'm looking in this camera. Sorry, guys. So so you know, really, you know, place your crystals on your chakra points and just feel where it feels right for you.
Most definitely.
We're all unique. And crystals are unique, and that's a very important thing.
Yep.
You might have two of the same crystal, but they work very differently. With you at different times, yeah.
Okay, so I don't have a double terminator with me, but usually it is a long, thin, or it can be pretty thick, but long and thin.
Hold that thought. You keep talking about it.
With a double terminator, it has energy coming from both ends, okay? So what I found with a clear double terminator, okay, or clear quartz double terminator, works really good with their relationship areas. So if you were to put a clear quartz double terminator in just say for instance the right hand side of your bedroom,
that's not a double.
Well, yeah, it's near enough to it, see. So it's got a natural point on one end, it's got a natural point on the other. So if you were to put something like this, okay, in the furthest right hand corner of your, that's another name for another double. This is a double. But basically, if you would put this in the right hand corner of your room, it improves the relationship, connection, and flow within that room, okay? Now, a lot of the times you will find that people will use these not so much as wands, but for clearing off energy as well. So they're really good for cleansing, okay? Whether you're going to cleanse your other crystals with a crystal, okay? Some people stick their other crystals on a major cluster, okay?
I do that a lot, actually. Yeah, I love to put, for instance, a lot of these little crystals that I have, the little terminators, on like my amethyst cluster that you saw earlier. So it's really good because it recharges them, and it also I just find energetically it just kind of like rebuilds the energy around all the crystals that are involved.
That's it. So depending on the shape, depends on the type of energy that is displayed. So for instance, if it's a sphere, as in a ball, which is a round ball. Now obviously the crystal doesn't naturally come this way. It is machined to be this way, all right? Where this is a little bit different. This is a natural point, okay? So it may grow this way, all right? Or this might be a natural point. But when they're machined, they change the energy dynamics of it. So the energy for the sphere would be always around. Where when we're dealing with for instance, a double terminator, like I said, the energy is coming out both ends, all right? Opposed to one like this, where the energy is coming out of the main face, the main face, okay, the main point. With a cluster, the energy is coming out from all different directions, okay?
This is a really good one with that because...
Yeah, this is beautiful, this facing. So lots and lots of energy coming out, okay? No matter which way you go, you're going to be finding that there is energy popping out of it all over the place, okay? Opposed to once again, a tumbled stone, all right? The energy is surrounded, so they're made so that they can go into your palm or into your bra or in your pocket.
A lot of women, just for those who don't know, a lot of women wear crystals down their bras, and it's not because they want to enhance their breasts or anything like that, I'm sure.
They can look a bit awkward, and on the night you forget that you've got them on and you take everything off.
But it's depending on how you feel. Like for some people, if they're going through a bit of a hard time, they will put a bit of tiger's eye or put something down, a bit of jade or something, something
that's going to be close to that area.
So they can feel the energy from it, exactly. So that's why we do it mainly, most women.
Yeah, but other people...
putting it down there.
I think they put them in their pockets and in the wallet if they can. But, for some people, maybe just a little bag, pop your crystal in and put it in, something, be it inside your coat pocket or something similar that you can kind of pin it in and still have the energy with you. But
also, it's those little cages. I've got one, but it's in the car at the moment. But it's and I've got a piece of tiger's eye, and it's like a little cage with a chain on it. So there's many different ways to keep the energy connected to you and close to you.
Yes.
When you're working with crystals, definitely. And look, always remember cleanse. Even
bit of sunlight, bit of moonlight.
Yeah, that's your natural way, which is really wonderful. But sometimes I find even just you know, just getting a tissue.
Yeah, give it a bit of
just
a
give it a
wipe.
wipe, not because the energy's not working or anything, but sometimes it just, one, it enhances the beauty of the crystal, and two, it can be a bit of a cleansing technique. But again, you know, when you work with crystals, like there's the ocean, if you take your crystals down to the ocean, it's a really wonderful way to clear and cleanse them naturally. But again, I definitely would say put them in something that, you know, that when the waves come, they're not going to.
And make sure that they are able to do that, and they're not going to suffer, because they are a natural mineral.
Totally,
okay, and a natural formation, and you don't want to, you know, have these beautiful crystals and all of a sudden it's, you know, it's got a build up of something or it's disintegrating. So make sure that you know a little bit, do a little bit of research about the crystal that you're attracted to.
Also, just another little technique is lavender oil, sage oil. In a bowl, and then just to cleanse you. There's a lot of different ways, and especially if you're wearing a piece on a neck piece, you know what I mean, with sterling silver or gold chain, you don't want to one tarnish the chain, but lavender oil, sage oil, eucalyptus oil, they're all really good oils to just get like on a cotton bud and to cleanse your crystal that way. Always good to keep it clear though, because that way you're working with it and it's working with you, and it can,
Most definitely. And you know what, talking about healing properties of crystals and our gemstones, the big current trend at the moment is the amber necklaces that the new mummies are buying for their children at the moment, and you see them with the little amber to help with the teething and
stuff like that. That's great, isn't it? And I mean, it's lovely because now crystals are being brought into a way to work with, you know, the younger generation, which in truth, you know, it's like, wow. That's
it is, and it's becoming more socially acceptable.
Well, that's right. I mean, we all like to, you know, some people don't even know what a crystal is. They'll just think it's a rock. I've heard people come past and go, oh, that's a nice rock. And I go, no, that's a crystal. But, you know, it's one, getting to know crystals. I mean, if you have a lot of crystals and you go, oh, I've forgotten a name, which I do constantly, you know, there are books out there now that you can get that are like little diaries of all different types of crystals. So, you know, I think it's called the Crystal Bible or something. So there's lots of information. Even on the internet, guys, you know, Google up if you've got a, you know, a particular crystal, take a photo of it, or just look at it while you're looking on the internet. So don't be shy to work with your crystals. If you're a healer, you know, obviously you're going to work with your crystals more. Don't forget to cleanse them. When I do my healing sessions, I work a lot with all my crystals, and I'm very grateful because the energy that comes from them is beautiful for my clients. So we do have to be mindful of, you know, cleansing, you know, nurturing them. It's like a plant. You know, if you don't water that plant, it's not going to grow. So if you don't put it out to recharge it in the moonlight or
whatever suits for you, suits for you. Same as when you're talking about clients, like I do EFT and so forth, and what I would do is when I would have clients come, I would actually connect with them to just before they were ready to arrive, and I would give them out actually 7 stones, 7 crystals, okay, that they were to take home and to work with their points with as well, okay, and by doing that, they are taking that kind of ownership over the crystal, okay, and they're learning a little bit more about beautiful ways of energy working. So
and to work with energy is beautiful, and especially with crystals. I mean, I don't do a great deal at all without my crystals, to be honest, and that's purely because I know their properties. I know it's like a team. We've got a team. I've got a team of 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a team of 9, really, when I think about it, because I have a lot of others, my onyx, which is my grounding stone. So, you know, find the crystals that work best for you.
That's exactly right.
If you don't know, go into a shop. Like I say, just ask if you can, you know, if it's a lot, because a lot of people will feel their way. So that energy is still on that crystal. When you get it home, though, that's the time to, you know, maybe even, you know, maybe soak if it's a hard one like this one here, isn't it's
not as porous,
it's not as porous as, let's say, this one even, you know.
And this is a gorgeous piece of celestite. It's gorgeous. The problem with some crystals is that you also have to be very careful. Some are sensitive to light, and they'll actually lose a lot of their colour. You know, so there's, you know, it's about learning a little bit more about it. It's a beautiful energy to have. You know, when a crystal chooses you, it's great, okay, but it's also about you also taking that one little step further, okay, and learning a little bit more about the, you know, the beneficial uses of a crystal, okay, and, you know, maybe how long is that crystal going to be with you? You're going to outgrow that crystal? Is that crystal going to outgrow you?
Well, that's right, and don't be shy to, you know, if you've got, let's say, calcite or even a little bit of tiger's eye, a little bit of rose quartz for many years, you know, if that crystal, you will know, and that's the funny thing.
Do you need to graduate up to a higher crystal?
Well, all of a sudden the crystal will appear and you go, well, I love that one, I think I need that one. And I mean, this is my second piece of rose quartz, this big piece that we showed earlier. I'll show it quickly again. The second piece in the last 20 years. So, I mean, people might go, wow. But I actually like to buy a big cluster because I know how much work it's going to do with me and my clients. So rather than buy a small piece, I'd rather have a big piece that I know is going to be able to be like me, an energizer, and keep building itself up. But yeah, you'll know when they need to go into retirement. I think over the many years I've had 2 pieces of small cluster of amethyst. Yeah, it's 2 pieces that have had to go into retirement because one, you could see that the energy was no longer in that crystal. I could feel it wasn't there. And,
it wasn't working.
And the colour was going as well. So, you know when to retire your crystals and to welcome new ones in, and be willing to be flexible with the crystals, as in, like I say, you might have worked with one piece for so long and all of a sudden you might need to step it up, or you might need to go into a different area of crystals or for their healing properties and things like that. So be open to change.
Most definitely, and it never ceases to amaze me the amount of beautiful crystals that are coming from Mother Nature.
Oh, totally. Like shells when you're on the beach, you know, you go on the beach and see all the shells. Well, the crystals are the same, and there are so many out there, my gosh, worldwide. You know, and if you've got a particular purpose or you know there's something you want to work on, maybe even look up what crystal might be good for that. Because
that's exactly
you
right.
can work on that spiritually, but that crystal can also help you energetically. So, yeah, do a little bit of research, guys. Don't be... Yeah, I was doing again, and now looking at the wrong camera. I'm having a moment. It's that time of day. But, yeah, so I think, do you think we've covered the topic
I think we have it, and this is only really a very quick beginner's guide, you know, quick things to help you, or quick information to help you to be able to understand a little bit, you know, what crystals are about. But, you know, the more that you work with your crystals, the more you research and you're drawn to it, okay, the more knowledge and information, and you know, it's unlimited.
Well, it is, and there's so much access now, guys, to knowledge about crystals. Like I said, and if you don't know a name of one and you've had a piece for years, walk into a shop and just say, look, could I please ask if you could tell me what this crystal is, because you might need to just revisit that crystal and reconnect with that crystal at this stage in your life. And I did it again. At this stage of your life. I'm looking at the camera above. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, I hope that you've really enjoyed today's topic. I think I have really, because you've taught me a little bit as well here, Carolyn. But it's been nice to be able to share the different types, the healing, you know, different healing qualities, the different shapes and how they benefit, you know. But have fun, guys. Work with your crystals. Play with your crystals. Everything's got to be fun. If it seems too hard, it's going to be hard.
Most definitely, Just keep it light, keep it energetic, okay? And, you know, like you're starting to see crystals become used a lot more now in jewelry, such as peridot coming out at the moment. That's very big. We're getting back into our natural resources, you know, which is really fantastic, in our gemstones and so forth. Well, we would love to know, have you got a favourite piece? Did somebody give you something, or did you just happen to, you know, just walk in and one just jumped off the shelf to you?
Yeah, exactly. And we'd also like your feedback. How's your crystal worked with you in the past, or how is it working with you now? Or what crystal can you work with that's going to best enhance your abilities on all different levels? So let us know what you think. We always love your feedback, and we love the fact that you share this journey with us. So I'm going to say namaste.
And I'm going to say cosmic hugs.